I think when people hear me speaking on the phone or something like that, they might think I'm just any ordinary guy from here. But when they might see me, depending on how I'm dressed, even when I'm not dressed in any particular cultural clothes, they might think he's an immigrant or he's not from here somehow. I consider myself to be Canadian like anybody else. So Canadian, I don't even think of myself as Canadian until somebody from somewhere else asks me, are you Canadian? Ever since I was a kid, I've worn all kinds of clothes. I've worn jeans, I've worn corduroys, but I've also worn cultural clothes. In this case, a kameez. Being winter, I would wear something like, throw maybe a scarf over it, something like this. And, this is pre-9/11. I used to love wearing this hat. In the 80s, when I was, really little, this was like the hat of a freedom fighter. And somehow afterwards, it became the hat of, some kind of Taliban fascist type character. After 9/11, during it, I was on campus dressed something like this. I was at the University of Toronto at my department. And we saw the planes fly into the buildings and people are giving me dirty looks. I'm dressed like this and I just didn't feel safe. I didn't feel like I wanted to call attention to myself. So, I quietly slipped out of the room, not in front of everybody, but just, on my own. I went into a corner, took off my hat, took off my shirt, and sort of tried to blend in a little bit. Those days were days of a lot of anxiety and concern. Now, since then, in the years since then, I do wear this from time to time. I wear it at the mosque, I wear it at special family gatherings and whatnot. But I also try to wear other things. From day one, my mom used to like having me wear these shirts. They're just like a white shirt and black dress pants, and you just dress up. And then I would wear, like a fedora like this. And that to me was just as natural as wearing what I would, the other outfit. And it's just everything that I liked. And I feel like, Muslims need to be people that are judged according to their actions like any other people who live here, not according to how they dress. And I think, legislating about that is the wrong way to go. When I was younger, I couldn't wait to grow my beard. The girls that I grew up with didn't like beards in particular. It was like, you're a dirty old man kind of thing if you wear a beard. I think for me, it was about emulating the practice of the people that I loved, the first generation of Muslims. And it was the tradition of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to keep a beard. Part of that is, showing solidarity for Muslim women. I think a lot of Muslim women choose to wear the scarf. They can often feel discriminated against and unsafe, and to see another Muslim man that, might be, have their back, I consider that important. I see where this is all heading. So tonight we're at this place, what's it called?
Kameez sushi.
Kameez sushi. Meeting up like we do from time to time to just enjoy sushi and each other's company and talk about whatever's going on in our lives and in the world. So, good to see you again.
Great to see you. Always great to see you. My name's Mischa Abarbanel. I identify myself as a number of different things. I'm a young man. I'm a Canadian citizen. I'm a secular Jew. I'm a teacher. I'm a friend of Rizwan. No, we get together over sushi. We talk about politics. We're just natural friends. It's not a gimmicky Jewish-Muslim thing. We're just friends. One of the things I enjoy most about my friendship with Rizwan is that even though on the surface it can seem like we're coming from very different places, ultimately we end up agreeing about almost everything, and that just highlights for me the authenticity of the friendship and the fact that these arbitrary kind of categorizations that we make of people mean less than we think they do. I think like Rizwan's coming from a particular cultural direction that I don't share, and a particular religious point of view that I don't share because it's not my background, but nonetheless, we can find immense common ground when it comes to ideas of what education's all about and what politics are all about and what the world needs to look like and how people should behave and organize their societies so that the world ends up looking like this ideal picture. So
yeah, I think a lot of people around our age sort of have friends that come from different backgrounds, and they find ways to get along with each other and focus more on the positives. I think that's natural. It's getting better and better. You know, I don't know what I think of when I think of hijab. Hijab is so, like, all over the place, and I think it means so many different things to so many different people. I don't wear a scarf, for example, which is what, you know, hijab means to most people. But for me, hijab, the way I'm dressed right now, I'm observing hijab for a man. And that might be like a double standard. So I don't know how I feel about that either. I think it's something that is absolutely a woman's choice. I see it as an expression of devotion to one's principles. You know, I see it as something that people have to have a debate about, have to have a discussion about, to figure out what it means to them.